know that during the spring season, we are getting 100 more minutes of sunlight. This works in our favor because you are getting more time back into your life. You can do so much with 100 minutes. You can go for a long jog, declutter your closet, take an online lesson, or watch 5 to 6 TED Talks. March is the perfect season to start your year because if you keep telling yourself, I don't have the time, this is the universe giving it back to you through more sunlight and by clocks changing in time. We spring forward, which means you are waking up an hour earlier and getting 1 hour back in your day. The sun stays out longer, which means we can do a lot more during the sunlight rather than having to wind down at 5 p.m. This is absolutely perfect for those of us who have maybe stumbled into some barriers in the beginning of January once the new year finally did come in versus now. Now is the perfect time. Spring season as we know it is all about refreshing, the renewal and rebirth. So this is the perfect moment. If you have not made any progress towards your goals at all since the beginning of January, that is totally okay, because right now at this very moment in March, it's the perfect time. It is literally the perfect time. I am so excited for this upcoming season. I am so excited to finally be out of this winter solstice. I'm so tired of the winter. Like once Christmas comes by and it's like over with, the rest of the year is just gloomy because you're like, what do I do for the rest of winter? Because all of the fun stuff is done. So now that we're finally into this whole new renewal, refresh, rebirth of spring, I'm like so excited for all of the beautiful colors, for all of the beautiful life that's coming for this season. I just feel like this season is just going to be a really amazing season for those of us who are going to learn how to lock in. So if you're watching this video, then you have already done one part of the puzzle, which is learning how to create this plan that I'm going to teach you and learning how to execute on this plan, because that is the core, that is the number one thing that I feel like a lot of people just struggle with, is learning how to execute and how to spring into action, right? Where there's a lot of spring here. So I'm going to share with you the plan on how you're going to take advantage and utilize these 100 minutes that you're getting back from spring to your best advantage by creating a plan for action, how to spring into action, and how to have the best spring season for achieving your goals. So if you guys are new here, my name is Geraldine. I make videos all about goal setting, productivity, and procrastination. So if that's the type of content you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I am at Geraldine Silva. Okay, so number one, guys, creating a plan for action. So when you want to create a master plan for action, there are 4 parts to this, which is what, why, how, and action. Action is just learning how to spring into action, which we'll get to the second part. But what, right? We've heard it 1,000 times. What do you want to do? What is it that you're looking for? What are your goals? What are your plans for this year? What are you going after, right? What are your goals? What do you want? What are you looking for in the next 10 years? What are you looking for in the next 10 months? What are you looking for in the next 10 minutes? What? What is such a huge ask to ask somebody? Because if you were to ask me, what is it that you want out of life? I'd be like, there's a lot of things that I want out of my life, but I just don't know which one is better for me, right? We kind of get stuck in this like pitchfork of there's only like one single lane that you should be taking, and it should be the perfect lane every single time, because if not, you're gonna end up living a life of regret kind of thing. So to kind of simplify this very big ask of you, I like to answer this simple question of what are you willing to commit to for the long term? If you were to think about like school, right? What are you willing to commit to for the long term? Are you committing to becoming a lawyer because that's just what your parents want you to do, and that is just what is the obvious choice of what to do, versus making a business for yourself, right? Like, what are you willing to commit to long term? Are you willing to commit to a business where everything is run by you, everything has your name on it, you create your schedule, you create the things that you want to sell, you create the beauty of what your business could possibly be, versus becoming a lawyer where everything is up to the hands of somebody else. Someone else is calling the shots for you, someone else is telling you when to clock in, someone is telling you what cases to like fight for, you know? Do you like, not saying that one is worse than the other, especially if like you are wanting to become a lawyer. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for the person who might prefer having an online business versus going into law school, it's like, what are you willing to commit to long term? If you were to commit to the lawyer scenario and just all you're going to do is just make your family proud, when your family isn't there, are you willing to commit to it yourself? Is that where you're going to stay at for the rest of your life? Or will that business mindset, that business, keep lurking back into your mind? Is that going to be the thing that just keeps popping up into your head no matter where you are? I'm at that kind of pitchfork too, whether it's like, should I go back and do my master's program, or should I, start my online business and just go full force on that? It's the obvious choice is to go back to school because that's the one that gets the most praise, and that's the one that's like seemingly easier, right? Quote unquote easier, because you know that they'll generate a plan for you. You know that when you go into school, you know what courses you have to take, you know exactly what you need to be studying for, and you know how to get A's, or you know how to pass classes. You just got to study and you got to know the material. Versus starting an online business, that has a lot more gray area. You're figuring things out for yourself, unless you obviously pay for your own mentor to kind of help you generate this stuff. And even then, that just has a lot more risks, because for my master's program, there is a job outside of that. Once I complete all of the prerequisites, once I complete and get my license, there will be a job for me right afterwards. If I go through the business route and I put in all of this work, there may or may not be a job for me after that. We don't know if the job market's we don't know if my business is going to take off. We don't know if it just comes with more instability versus just me going through a safer route. But again, just looking at what are you willing to commit to long term? What would make your heart so freaking happy that you did that? What are you willing to commit for the short term? Let's say you don't want to think about 5 years from now. Maybe you want to just think until the next season, right? What are you willing to commit to for the short term? Maybe it's, I'm willing to commit to going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week for the next 4 months. And just focus on I just hurt my neck. I'm just willing to commit to eating cleaner for the next 4 months. I'm willing to lose 10 pounds for this wedding that I'm going to go to, and then afterwards, if I want to continue in the same route that I'm in, that'll be cool. But what are you willing to commit to for the short term? What are you willing to commit for the long term? So those are two very big questions, right? And answering a what do you want question is not as simple, because we need to kind of weigh out the variables of what choices we are making, right? Like the pros and cons. We need to weigh those out. But these questions are also important when deciding what to do from here on out, because we want to obviously know where we are going. Answering the what question is also answering a where question. What do you want? So you know, where do we go? For example, a simple thing of like, what do you want to eat for lunch? Oh, I want to eat Chick-fil-A. Cool, that's where we know where to go. We're going to drive to the nearest Chick-fil-A. Answering a what question is answering a where question. It's a hidden where. So what do you want leads us to where do we go. But before we get to where do we go, right, we got to decide how we're going to get there. If you decided what you're going to commit to for the long term and the short term, cool, we know where to focus on. Now we got to learn how to get there. The how are you going to get after the one thing we really want, or the multitude of things that we really want, right? Maybe it's not just one thing, maybe it's a multitude of things. Maybe you want to start an online business and lose weight. Maybe you want to pass all your classes and also learn how to make new friends in school. Like, how are we going to accomplish these things? So how is the set up to our system? It is the instruction manual. It is the thing you are going to look back to when you forget how to work your system. So I like to visualize, like I said, so for how, I like to think of it as our instruction manual. It is the setup to our system. If you get a IKEA furniture, the instruction manual tells you how to build out that piece of furniture so that you can have your desired result, which is having a beautiful cabinet, or having a bed frame, or having a kitchen table, whatever it is, right? The instruction manual teaches you how to achieve the thing that you want. So we want to create that for ourselves. How is going to be the setup to our system? How we are going to accomplish what we want. Create your own instruction manual. So this is what you're going to do, right? We got to figure out what goal you're going to go after, right? What is the desired result? I always say that our goal is the desired result. What in your mind are you picturing that you wish to have currently? What are some ideas of things that you want to try, right? Let's say it's, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to go to the gym. I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, cool. What are some ideas that you can try that could help you lose 20 pounds? Maybe it's going to Pilates. Maybe it's going to a workout gym. I mean, it's going to those like CrossFit gyms. Maybe it's getting a gym membership. Maybe it's going and running a mile. Maybe it's doing 10,000 steps a day. Whatever it is, there's a multitude of ways of how to accomplish one singular goal, and there's so many ways that we can create our instruction manual, because depending on your result, depending on the type of result that you want, is also going to depend on the instruction manual that you need to have. So there's so many different kitchen tables, right? So many different kitchen tables, and each kitchen table has its own specific instruction manual on how to build it. So if you want a specific look to your body, let's say it's like you want to have bigger glutes, right? You want to have bigger glutes and a bigger butt or whatever. You're not going to focus on on trying out to do more arm workouts. You're going to focus mostly on working out your glutes at the gym. You're going to do more days doing glutes than you are going to be doing your upper body. So depending on the desired result is also going to depend on what instruction manual you are going to try. Because not every instruction manual is going to be compatible with the product that you want or the product that you have. For example, bodybuilders have a specific way to go about getting their physique versus someone who is just building muscle to tone up. Bodybuilders are going to be way more restrictive on their eating versus someone who is just learning how to tone out their abs, right? They're going to be a little more aggressive towards their eating restrictions. So what results do you want? Because that will kind of help us filter out the manuals that are out there that can help us get what we want. If you were to look up how to get more views on YouTube, there's going to be so many videos on how you can achieve that, and each person has a different manual on how you can do that. So it's just figuring out, okay, well, I want to build a a channel on fishing, so I want to see how I can get more views on fishing videos. Like, you're not going to get the instruction manual of someone who's teaching you how to build out a vlogging channel and how to get more views on a vlogging channel when you have a fishing channel. Like, that's not the instruction manual for you. Maybe there's tips that you can utilize there that you can probably implement, but it's not your instruction manual. There is a different instruction manual on how to build out a beautiful community for fishing and how to get more views versus like that way. Or even just like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, right? There's ways to build out your following on TikTok and Instagram versus long form content, which is YouTube, right? There's instruction manuals on how to build out channels on different platforms. Like, we need to research. This portion of our video is all about research and finding different ways on how we can accomplish what we want, what we desire. So that is just finding people online, just Googling how to lose weight, how to get straight A's, how to have a following on Instagram, how to sell my products on Pinterest, whatever, right? We want to research and research and research and try to find people who have the closest way that we can accomplish what we want, to have our desired body, to have our desired community, to have our desired business, to have our desired straight A's or whatever, because this is how we're going to get closer to what we want. And I feel like a lot of people skip out on the research process. Like, I love to research and just find habits that I can implement in my life that can help me accomplish what I need faster versus having to figure it all out myself. There are so many resources out there. We have the entire internet internet and free resources to accomplish literally anything. And even if it's not free, you can always pay for it and get what you need out of it. So everything is figure outable, right? So that's part one of how we can create a plan so we could start our amazing new year. So number two, how to spring into action. Once you've kind of figured out and built out your instruction manual and you figured out like what you're gonna do, how are you gonna put it into action, right? So you have a master list of things you should be doing. It is written down in such a simple way that you can easily follow, but you have yet to make any sort of action. So action means in the process of doing something. The opposite of action is rest, and rest is recovering for strength. So if you haven't put any work and all you've done is rest, then you should have the strength to move. So spring is the perfect time to jump into action, because the excuse of I don't have the time and it's not the perfect moment is all coming to a close, because you are gaining an hour back into your day, and this will be the perfect moment. You should have the strength to move. You should have the strength to get up and get going, but somehow, some way, you're continuing to make the excuses of I don't have the time and it's not the perfect moment. But I've already explained to you that this is the perfect time, because you will have the time, because you are getting an hour back in your day. This is the perfect moment because, again, you're getting more sunlight, you're getting more daylight, the time is getting warmer. So this is the perfect moment to stop. It's not, maybe it wasn't January 1st, maybe it's today, March, whatever you're watching this on. Lump that all in with the fact that it's the year of the horse, and the year of the horse is all about action, which is all about moving and putting full force on your goals this year. To spring into action is just to break from rest. The minute that you get up from your couch, your bed, your chair, your couch, whatever, the moment that you get up, you are now a moving object. You have broken rest. And we can absolutely begin there. We can absolutely begin from just standing up, from just getting up and just moving your arms or moving your body, whatever. You are now officially a person in action. You're officially a person in motion. That is progress right there. That is absolutely progress right there, and you should feel proud of yourself from doing just that, even if it is just the bare minimum of just getting up. You figured it out how to do it, while most people still haven't. Just think of like the people on WALL-E. That's what I think about nowadays, where those people that were sitting in their chairs just watching a screen all day long, and everything is just being instantly handed to them by robots, and they're just objects at that point. They're an object at rest. They're not doing anything. All they're doing is just talking to each other. All they're doing is just watching TV. All they're doing is just eating. That's all they do. Watch, read, and TV. Not read, sorry. Watch, talk, and eat. That's all they did. That's all they ever did. And the moment that they got off the screens and they tried to stand up, that became a person in action. And we don't want to mirror our lives like those people on WALL-E up stuck in that spaceship. We don't want to be those people. We want to be the people who are in motion, who are creating action, who are creating progress, who are moving forward into spring and creating the life that we truly really want. So the moment that you break out of that screen and get up, then you make the magic come to life and make anything possible for yourself if you would just learn how to get up from your couch. Just like the people of WALL-E who struggled getting up from their chairs because they are so used to just sitting down or laying down all day long. Just imagine that. Just getting up from your bed is so freaking hard. It's the hardest thing in life because you're so freaking comfortable. But in the moment that you get up, you're like, wow, this is life-changing. I can actually get up and do something with my life rather than just scrolling all day long. Learning to stay off of your phone long enough so that you can get work done, so you don't fall back into wanting to be in resting position, is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Like for me, I tell myself that the moment that I log on to TikTok, I know I'm going to be sucked in. So I try my hardest to stay off. Because if the moment that I start to just even become stimulated from being online, I will want to be sitting there. I will want to sit there for hours and scroll. And that would take so much of my day away. And I already have so little time at this moment to even do everything that I need to do on this Sunday that I'm filming. So I know that my phone is just going to be sitting there. My TikToks are just going to be something I'm going to have to watch later, because I would much rather film my videos and upload my videos rather than consuming someone else's and letting them have all the fun, because I want a piece of the pie too. I want to be able to, be a full-time content creator just like them. So same thing for you. You can spring into action and go to the gym versus seeing someone's progress pictures online and just wishing that they were yours. You can make them yours. You just learn how to spring into action and just get up from your couch. So before we head on to the last portion of this video, if you guys are liking this already, don't forget to subscribe and please like, so I know to make more videos just like this one. So let's go ahead and get to the last portion of this video, which is how to have the best spring for achieving your goals. So we have almost 4 months of the spring season to make an incredible impact towards your life. You have 4 months to be able to build, execute, and make real life progress. Just think about it. If you're trying to pay off debt, imagine the amount of money you can put towards your debt for the next 4 months if you were to really lock in. Imagine the amount of weight you can lose if you were to just start eating right. Imagine the type of growth you can have online if you were to just post every single day. All of this time matters, and there has never been a perfect moment than now, because like I said, the sun is coming out more, the days are getting warmer, the days are getting longer. We aren't hibernating anymore. We are learning to be outside more often. Like today in California, I know for maybe the majority of you on like the East Coast is probably still being hit by winter. And I promise you spring is coming. Here in California, we are up in the freaking 80s today, the 90s, don't even know. I'll check it later. But we're like up in the 80s and the 90s, and it is such a beautiful day outside. I'm like, wow, what an incredible day. I feel so inspired to start my life. So this is how to have the best season ever, right? This is how to have the best season. So best means having a desirable result. So what results do you desire to have by the end of the season? Because summer season starts June 21st and the spring season starts March 21st. So we have roughly around 3 to 4 months of spring to make so much progress. If you were to enter the summer with some sort of progress on a goal and just have even a better summer, what would that be? Would it be losing 10 pounds? Would it be paying off 1/3 of your debt? Would it be passing your classes with straight A's? Having over 5,000 followers? Would it be making your first $100 on your online business? Getting your first brand deal? What could your summer look like? What could your summer be starting off on if you were to make the progress today? Like, what kind of summer could you possibly have? How amazing would your summer even be? Like, how much better would your summer be if you were to make the progress today? The desired result that I would like to have for my spring season, if I were to close out my spring season and start off my summer season, is to lose 10 pounds and make my first $100 from my online business. Like, that would mean I would have had the best spring season. And my summer season, I'm even gonna have a more amazing season, because imagine me being 10 pounds lighter and having $100 more in my bank account. I'd be unstoppable. This just means that I have to wake up earlier, which we're already gonna be doing, and work hard towards that goal, which we're already going to be doing, because like I said, we're going to research, we're going to execute, and we're going to have the best spring season ever, because we cannot continue being a human at rest. We are not an object at rest. We're going to be a moving object, and we're going to move towards having a better life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an amazing start to your brand new year in March. So if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, and please like so I know to make more videos just like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.